Smith.
I hope all of you are good and keeping fine. I am Smith Dalwadi from Parul Polytechnic Institute. I am a moderator for today's session. Today we will discuss about white cement value added products and getting full knowledge about the white cement products. So audience, let me introduce you all to our today's speaker Mr. Pawan Sethi from JK Cement Private Limited. This company is well known about cement manufacturing in northern India. The company was trusted and their products are very demandable. Mr. Pawan Sethi is zonal level head of JK Cement Private Limited. He has lots of experience about marketing and finance from his lots of year experience work and his cement industry. He has also knowledge about green concrete so that we leave the less carbon footprints. So today's session they will give a lot of knowledge about white cement products. So without wasting much time, let's start the session. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much, Smith, and a very good afternoon to all of you. I hope I'm audible. If Smith can confirm.
Yes, sir, you are.
Yeah. So today I'll be talking to all of you regarding a new topic, white cement-based value-added products. I have a vast experience about 21 years in related to construction and cement industry. And since last 1 year, I have joined JK White Cement and I'm looking after the value-added products and the white cement business of our company. I'm presently based at Jaipur and I'm looking after Rajasthan and Gujarat, these two states for the customer technical services that we call the CTS department for our company. So we'll start with the white cement based value-added products. Now a brief idea about the company. Now, around 95 years ago, white cement manufacturing was first introduced in the world in the year 1926. In India, JK White Cement Works was the first company to introduce the white cement with manufacturing starting in the year 1994 with technical collaboration from FL Smith, Denmark, a world-renowned company in cement world. The color or the white color is due to the complexes formed with oxides of iron, chromium, titanium and manganese present in the cement. This is the color that is imparted, the lighter color or the white color imparted to white cement is due to the lesser presence of these oxides in the white cement. Now, JK is proud to announce that we have done it again. We are again been awarded the selected super brands for the current and year. And this is we have backed this super brand title for 2 years in a row. So it's a big achievement for our two products. That is the JK White Max, white cement, and the JK Wall Max, white cement based wall putty. The JK Cement Works, we have a plant located at Gotan in the district Nagaur, Rajasthan. It has manufacturing capacity of around 0.6 million ton, and we manufacture putty as well and other value-added products here. We have another putty manufacturing unit at Katni in Madhya Pradesh also. Apart from that, JK Cement Limited has many other grey cement plants spread across India. Now, the white cement based value-added products, there are about 7-8 products. We'll briefly or mostly discuss about 6 of them. First will be the JK White Cement in the center, then will be the JK Wall Putty, then will be the JK Shield Max Premium Universal Waterproof Putty, then will be the JK Primax, JK Gypsomax, and the JK Tilemax Tile Adhesives and Grouts. Now these are the basic 6 products. Apart from that, we also deal in the JK Level Max. It is a coarse type of putty, or some may call it as a ready mix plaster also. Yeah.
सर वो स्लाइड आगे नहीं हो रहा यहाँ पे इंट्रोडक्शन पे ये स्लाइड.
Okay. Is it okay now, Vishal?
अभी भी सर ये इंट्रोडक्शन पे ही है.
Yeah, sir.
हाँ, yes sir. हो गया.
Now it's on which slide? The value-added products. Abhishek, we are on the value-added products.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So these are the various value-added products: the JK Wall Putty, JK White Cement, JK Shield Max, the premium universal waterproof putty, JK Primax, the white cement-based primer, JK Gypsomax, which is the high-grade gypsum plaster, JK Tile Max, the tile adhesives and grouts. Apart from that, we have 2-3 more products and few other products that we have introduced this year also. So we'll also look about them. Now, JK White Cement is now known as JK White Max, Ab Sab Kuch Max. This is the new branding that we did last year. Now, JK White Cement, the whiteness of cement is measured through the glass reflectance meter. Minimum
Sir,
requirement as per.
Excuse me, sir. We are still on the JK Cement product portfolio. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll just restart the slide. Here I am, okay, now visible?
Yes, sir. Now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll start with the JK Cement JK White Cement. Now it is known as JK Cement White Max. Ab Sab Kuch Max is the new logo and the design of a JK White Cement now, rebranding them last year. Now, what is a white cement? Whiteness of cement is measured through the gloss reflectance meter. Minimum requirement as per IS 8042 1989 revised in 2015 should be 70%. JK White Cement whiteness is between 90 to 93% always. The degree of whiteness, how a white cement is defined white, is defined by the reflectometer as seen in the picture. Sample rings are prepared and these rings are placed in the reflectometer and the whiteness is compared with the standard say white rings, and this is how the whiteness of any white cement is measured in India. Now, the physical analysis of the white Portland cement, it is more or less similar to that of the OPC 53 grade cement. Only the two lines marked in yellow are mostly different. The degree of whiteness, it should be 70% minimum as per IS 8042-2015. JK White Cement results are in between 85 to 95. Mostly it is between 90 to 93%. And the IS code is 8042. And point number 5, that is the compressive strength. At one day, we have a very high compressive strength. IS code does not define it, but we have a compressive strength range of 28 to 31 megapascal. Rest all the parameters of fineness, initial and final setting time, soundness tests, the 3-day, 7-day, 28-day strength, and the retention on 63 micros, these are all almost at par with that of the OPC 53 grade cement. Now, white cement application. Now, white cement applications are various. They are used in wall putty. They are used in say plaster. They are used in many decorative items. They are also used in flooring, as you can see in the picture. Earlier, we used to have the mosaic Dana flooring on our terraces. This used to be done with the white cement and many other decorative say works. Now, a brief about the JK White Cement. We adopt a world-class technology to ensure consistent quality at every stage. The best raw material, because at Gotan, the chemically purest form of high-grade limestone is available, and this is why we have a single location plant in India. Quality control involves technical expertise for FLSmith and company Denmark, the world leader in cement industries. Excellent whiteness, more than 92% at the average we maintain throughout the year, and no coloring impurities. This is the biggest advantage that we have. The management, we have many ISO credentials to our say certification. One-line quality control equipment by QCX and Fuzzy Logic system to ensure a consistent quality product throughout the year. and compressive strength more than 70 MPa after 28 days. So these are the quality parameters that we maintain at the Whitemix plant. Now we move to our first value-added product after white cement, that is the JK Walmax. JK Wall Putty is now JK Walmax. It's a white cement based wall putty. Now JK Walmax is a white cement based fine powder which provides an ideal base for concrete cement plastered walls and ceilings. If you see when the wall or ceiling is done, they are quite rough. In order to make it smooth and being able to apply paint on it, we use wall putty. This not only improves the coverage of the paint but also increases the life of the surface and the paint overall. It gives you the most beautiful walls, is damp resistant, and provides a smooth finish for further application of all kinds of paints. These are the advantages of wall putty or skim coat. Now, why wall putty? As you can see in the picture, earlier also in my presentations, I've shown it. The dampness you can see, the green and black patches you can see, the blistering or the chalking you can see, and the dampness also near the floors you can see. All these or some of these might be very visible near your homes also. And this is the reason why we recommend to use wall putty, because it gives a very smooth finish and does not allow water up to a great extent to enter into the plastered surface. Now the role of JK Walmax: to smoothen the surface, to fill the fine pores on the wall surface, to provide protective base to expensive paint, and reduce the paint consumption to about 20 to 25%, and so also save in the paint cost, more coverage for subsequent costly paints, protect the wall overall, and needs no water curing after application. You have to do a pre-wetting before application, but after the application, because since it has a self-curing compound, you do not need to cure after application of the wall putty. Now JK Cement Walmax, the features: smooth fine powder which enhances its coverage. The whiteness of the Walmax is between 90 to 94%, which is one of the highest in the industry. Extra long life polymers have been added to enhance the quality and the smoothness of the wall putty. Good tensile adhesion with the surface. When the adhesion is good, the wall putty will stay long and give a long life to the paint surface also. Hence, tensile adhesion is very important here. Damp resistance, because water retentivity is more than 98%. Now, this is a very important feature, mostly in case of external walls where we have plastered surface. You might have seen many cracks in the plaster surface. Here, because of the damp resistance of the wall putty, the water retentivity is maintained more than 98%. It provides a durable base coat which gives additional strength to the mortar plaster. Now, what are the important points? Water demand is between 33 to 36%. If more, chalking may occur. We do not add more water, we do not recommend, because if we add more water, chalking may occur. So the range is between 33 to 36%. Thickness of first coat should be less than 1.5 mm and second coat about 1 mm. So total thickness is between 2 to 2.5 mm. Coverage in per kg will be 12.5 to 15 square feet in 2 coats, depending upon the thickness and the quality of the wall surface. Pre-wetting is good, but in summer or exposed area, it must, otherwise choking may occur. We recommend to go for pre-wetting in all the seasons, but especially in summer season and in the external walls, we recommend it, because otherwise, being a white cement based product, if curing is not done, choking may occur. Now, JK Cement Walmax, the technical specifications. First is the degree of whiteness. We maintain a degree, since wall putty does not have any IS code as of now. JK has its own set of standards that we follow. We have a maintained more than 92% whiteness. Fineness, which is the residue on 212 micron sieve. If you take a 1 kg of wall putty and sieve it, you should not retain more than 0.5% of the weight on it. This is the internal standard that we have. Tensile adhesion at 14 days, which is measured in Newton per mm square or megapascal. which is always greater than 1 MPa in JK Volmax, and compressive strength at 28 days, it is in between 3 to 7.5 Newton per mm square or megapascal at 28 days. Next product that we look here is the JK Cement Shield Max, which is the universal waterproof putty. It is nothing but an improved version of the skim coat or the wall putty or the wall max, because it has a waterproofing element to it. Now, what is JK Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty? JK Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty is a modified version of white cement based premium quality putty with active silicon tetrahydride molecules, SiH4 molecules based additives, which upon the application provides waterproofing along with other unique properties to the applied surface. Now, this is a ready to use special powder putty which can be used externally or internally on both new as well as old walls. This is why it is called as a universal waterproof putty. आप इसको अंदर की दीवार में भी लगा सकते हो, बाहर की दीवार में भी लगा सकते हो. आपका सरफेस अगर नया है तो भी लगा सकते हो. अगर पुराना सरफेस है उसको अच्छे से आपको हैकिंग कर लेना है, लूज पाउडर पूरा फॉर्म को निकाल लेना है, and then you can apply on the old walls also. It can be applied on all types of concrete wall, mortar substrates, RCC, Maivan, POP or any other surface to provide water repellence and efflorescence resistance to the applied and cured surface. Further, it provides smooth aesthetic finish and extends the life of the top coat of the paint. JK Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty consists of active SiH4 or silicon tetrahydride molecule based additives in powder form. Other special additives are added to provide enhanced coverage, anti-efflorescence, butter-like finish and flexibility to JK Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty. Water is used as a solvent for mixing to maintain the viscosity of the Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty. Now, application surface for the Shield Max. It can be applied on the plastered walls, AAC blocks, aerated blocks that we say, the concrete surface, the plaster boards, bricks and hollow blocks, and the asbestos or POP surface also. To resist the threat faced by moisture, dampness and efflorescence. It is called a universal waterproof putty because it resists the moisture, dampness and efflorescence up to some extent of the applied surface. Now, surface preparation. Now, it is very important that the surface removal of surface containments including salt deposits, fungus and mold by wire brushing, remove grease or oil by scrubbing with detergent or caustic soda, wash well with water and allow it to dry. So this is the procedure for the surface cleaning. Second is the sanding or the scraping. Abrade the surface using sand or emery paper and cleaning, clear of all loose particles, dust, etc. Washing may be required again if the cleaning is to be done properly. Now, general requirements. Any oily material like shuttering oil should be removed. Pre-wet the wall before the application of the putty. Any holes and cracks should be repaired prior to the application. The preparation of the mix. Mix water in powder in the ratio of 0.38/0.4 to 1 by weight. For example, if you are taking 1 kg of Shield Max putty, you have to add around 400 grams of the water and not vice versa. Mixing tools must be clean so that they do not provide any harmful, say, products that may hamper the whiteness of the product as well as the smoothness of the product. Always make the material which can be used within 1 to 1.5 hours or 60 to 90 minutes. Process. Mix thoroughly to make a uniform, smooth, lump-free paste. Any material not used for more than 90 minutes will be solidified and should not be used. Mix should not have any contamination whatsoever because it will hamper the quality of the wall surface. The methodology of application, putty application. The thoroughly mixed mass is to be applied on the pre-wet wall surface from bottom to top in the upward direction uniformly with the help of a putty blade or similar tools. Apply the first coat on prepared surface and the putty applied surface should be left to dry for 4 to 6 hours based on the humidity and the ambient temperature. the optimum thickness of each coat should be between 0.5 to 1 mm, and the thickness of the total coats should not exceed 1.5 to 2 mm. Especially in case of Shield Max, you cannot, you should not go for a more thick surface because it is very smooth, and normally in 2 coats you get a maximum thickness of 1.5 to 2 mm only, and this is sufficient. The complete coating of surface by applying second coat of Shield Max Universal Waterproof Putty. Leave the wall to dry for 2 to 3 days before the paint application. Clean wall with a dry cotton cloth to remove dust, dirt, etc. And the smooth wall is ready for top coat of the premium paint. Sanding of dried surface before paint application is not mandatory, yet if required, a very fine waterproof emery paper may be used to provide extra smoothness to the repaired surface. Coverage of JK Shield Max is 20 square feet per kg in 2 coats. अगर आप 1 किलो लेंगे तो उसको 2 कोट लगाने के बाद में वो पर केजी में 20 स्क्वायर फीट तक का कवरेज देता है. This depends mostly on the quality of the surface of the wall. Now the benefits, as we have already discussed, the damp resistance is the biggest benefit that we have. आपने देखा होगा कि जैसे बारिश आती है तो कई बार डैम्पनेस दीवारों पर नीचे से ऊपर चढ़ने लगती है ड्यू टू द कैपिलरी एक्शन, एंड दिस इफेक्ट्स द पेंट्स आल्सो. ब्लिस्टरिंग हो जाती है, चॉकिंग हो जाती है, पेंट निकलने लगता है. So damp resistance is the biggest advantage in the JK Shield Max, and the second advantage is the anti-efflorescence. Now efflorescence means the char या जो नमक ईंटों में होता है, it comes out due to the presence of water, and JK Shield Max now we'll discuss how it stops the efflorescence. Anti-efflorescence, point number 2. Salt requires water as a medium to travel. The German technology used to prepare JK Shield Max hinders the water movement, and because of microwave formation within the applied coat of putty, the salt leaching does not occur on JK Shield Max coated walls. So the key benefits here, it improves gives a longer life to the paint and suitable for all types of walls, whether old or new. Now some important tips while application of JK Shield Max. The conditions: don't start the job in bad weather conditions, especially during the rainy season. It should be avoided because it may increase the dampness of the wall. Ensure proper ventilation of the painting area. Don't use improper tools to begin with. Solvent usage: don't use contaminated water to dilute the mix. Try to refrain from using hard water to dilute JK Shield Max, especially when you are using a boring water or the borewell water. See that it is not a very hard water, the TDS is maintained. Surface: always check the surface properly before painting, and a very good finished surface should be used. A clean surface should be used for putty application always. Otherwise, chalking may occur and the putty may not give you the desired finishing. Now the features and important points: moisture resistance, more damp resistant, efflorescent resistance, multi-purpose application. It can be used on old walls, new walls, interior walls, exterior walls, everywhere. Hence, it's called a universal application. Long paint life. It enhances the paint life to many folds, and also due to the presence of SiH4, it gives a moisture resistance and the efflorescence resistance. Now, the important points to look here: water demand is between 35 to 38%. If more, chalking may occur. Some people may add up to 0.4 also, depending upon the ambient temperature, but maximum percentage that we recommend is 40%. For example, in 1 kg of Shield Max, you have to add maximum 400 gram of water. Coverage of about 20 to 22 square feet, depending upon the surface and the thickness. It is waterproof putty and not a waterproofing solution. It is a very important point to note here. If you have a very big major issue of dampness, please go for the waterproofing solution first. Go for the waterproofing compound and the waterproofing of the building element first, and then apply the waterproof putty. JK Shield Max will give a thickness of just 1.5 mm. This thin layer will not be able to take care of the big waterproof, say, dampness that is that may be occurring at your site, and hence it is recommended that if the problem is very high magnitude, go for a waterproofing solution. Go for waterproofing compounds first. Do the waterproofing treatment of the surface and then use the JK Shield Max. Otherwise, it may create problem. Only 50 paisa more material cost than Wallmax. If we go for the rate analysis, Shieldmax is slightly costlier to our regular Wallmax putty, but per square feet cost अगर हम निकालेंगे तो 50 पैसा लगभग per square feet cost बढ़ता है, which is I don't think it is much for any individual house builder or a civil engineer. Now the JK wall putty variants, we have seen the JK Wallmax and the JK Shieldmax, and these give a very good finish to the wall surface and improve the long life of the paints also. We look at the next product, that is the JK Primax, a white cement based primer. We'll see what is a primer first. The primer is a substance which acts as a base coat. Its function is to provide strong adhesion and flexibility, hide the substrate base, provide strong mechanical and chemical bond, protect the substrate by filling the pores, makes the surface less absorbent. Use of primer before painting is to reduce the suction of paint on the plaster. Basically, to improve the coverage of paint, we use the primer. Also, it gives a good bonding between the paint and the substrate. Now, this is the biggest problem that we come across during painting, the chalking. All these problems can be looked after if we apply a good quality primer. Poor adhesion of paint, this also occurs because of the improper priming or no priming, and blistering also occurs before if we do not apply any primer before the paint. Now there are two types of primers available in India: the white cement based primer and the acrylic emulsion based primers. We'll see the comparison of both. First is the property form. Primax comes in the powder form. Polymer based acrylic emulsion based, they come in the liquid paste. Second, the binder. Binder here in the Primax is the white cement. In the polymer base, the binder is the acrylic emulsion or the chemical, we must say. Third, the mechanism of bonding. Hydration mechanism, as in cement. In polymer base, the mechanism is the Colaesian mechanism, that we can, in simple word, we can say it's a chemical bonding. The bonding is the mechanical or chemical bonding. In the polymer base, we only have the chemical adhering or the chemical bonding only. The bond strength, because of the white cement, because it has a very good strength, bonding is very strong. While in polymer base, the bonding is very weak. जैसे ही पानी उसको लगता है, कोई प्राइमर आप लगा के रखिए पॉलीमर बेस, उसमें पानी जैसे लगेगा वो पपड़ी निकलने लगेगी. बट व्हाइट सीमेंट में, बिकॉज इट इज सीमेंट बेस्ड, वो पपड़ी पानी के आने से भी नहीं निकलेगी. Hence the bond strength is very, very strong. Tensile strength also very strong because of the added polymers. In polymer base, we have a very weak, say, tensile strength. And last point is the application. We can apply JK Cement Primax on the wet surface also. आज आपने वॉल को प्लास्टर किया, एक दिन उसको क्यूरिंग के लिए छोड़ दीजिए, 1 से 2 दिन. Next day you can apply the Primax on the wet surface wall also. While in case of polymer base, you have to have a very dry surface. अगर आपने प्लास्टर किया और 2-3 दिन बाद आप तुरंत उसको लगाओगे, it will come out. It will not adhere to the surface that well. Now, technical specification of JK Primax. First is the degree of whiteness. We do not, as I already said, the JK Primax also does not have any IS code as of now. So we have our own set of standards that we follow. The whiteness is maintained above 93% also. The general range is about 95%. The fineness residue on 63 micron C, we maintain minimum 4%. Pot life, minimum 180 minutes. This is pot life, means after adding water to JK Primax, you can use it to up to 3 hours, minimum 180 minutes. Now, generally we keep it between 3 hours to 5 hours. So this is the minimum pot life. Fourth is the coverage after first coat, about 80 to 100 square feet per kg. In 1 kg of JK Primax, you can take a coverage of about 80 to 100 square feet depending upon the surface quality. JK Primax features: white cement based primer modified with high performance polymers, super whiteness 93% and above, quick drying, breathable surface, self curing, fill and seal pores. It fills and seals the pores, especially in the external walls. You might have seen there are many cracks in the plaster. This Primex enters into the cracks and fills them, fills and seals the pores. It is also damp resistant and more flexibility due to the added polymers. Now, what are the important points of the USP of the JK Primex? Water demand is between is 1:1 or 1:1.5, like 1 kg Primex and 1 kg water. जितना पानी लेंगे उतना ही Primex आपको लेना है. थोड़ा सा ज्यादा बढ़ा सकते हैं during the summer season because of the ambient temperature. Resume the primer activity after drying of the plaster. Improves paint adhesion. Reduction in construction cost by reducing the time, because आज आपने प्लास्टर किया, 1 या 2 दिन आप रुककर उसको immediately आप प्राइमिंग चालू कर सकते हो with JK Primex, and hence the construction cost overall is reduced, especially in big say projects. It is very economical when compared to other say polymer based acrylic we can say primers. No wastage almost, because it can be applied by brush also as well as roller also, and a coverage, very high coverage of 80 to 100 square feet per kg in single coat. They are the USPs or the advantages of the JK Primex. The method of application, preparation of the mix. JK Primex is mixed with water, normally in the ratio of 1 part powder and 1 part water, 1:1. Add 50% of the water and knead it for some time to make it lumps free. As seen in the picture, you need a mixing machine. Add balanced quantity of water to make a free flowing mix. Keep the mix for 10 minutes to mature for dispersion of the polymers. Now, immediately after mixing, the polymers take some time to disperse at some time. So it is always good to wait for 5 to 10 minutes for the dispersion of these polymers so that we get the best quality product. Now, JK Primex is a polymer modified white cement based primer developed with high density polymer and other volume enhancers. It is a perfect blend of adhesion, strength and durability due to high performance improvers. It is best suited for exterior cementitious surface. Example, a few photographs of St. Anne's School, place Pondicherry, that we have already done. This is the Balika Ashram Hostel, Pratapgarh, Rajasthan. It fills the pores, reduces the porosity, hides the shrinkage cracks and joints, makes surface less absorbent, improves the adhesion, dual function of flexibility and tensile strength, reduces construction cost by saving of time and also economical. This is the Sanjeevani Ananda project, Mani Ki Jagah Hatta, Pauta, Jodhpur. Jodhpur city, Rajasthan. We have done this big project over here. The advantages can be applied on wet surface also. No curing is required. Easy to mix and apply. So value for money product because it is cement, white cement based product. Super whiteness, excellent adhesion, no wastage, quick drying, good water resistance, and enhances the coverage of the paint. Next value added product that we look here is the JK Cement Level Max. It is a leveling wall putty. It is slightly coarser than the normal putty, and it is used for a thicker surface. Now, Level Max, where undulation in the plaster is more than 2.5 mm, we have to apply Level Max, or where we have to replace plaster application. Now, in areas where the plaster application is not very proper, or we have to replace the plaster application, we suggest to go for the JK Cement Level Max. What are the features? Thin layer plaster for smooth surface, self-curing. It does not require curing after application. It resists the dampness because of the presence of polymers in it. No shrinkage cracks. Strong intercoat adhesion because of being a white cement based product. What are the important points? The water demand is between 25 to 28%. Single coat of 4 to 6 mm plaster can be applied. It saves the cost of water and labor for curing. No choking or peeling of the paint. Achievable coverage is approximately 4 to 5 square feet per kg for a thickness of what? 3 to 4 mm. We'll move to the next product, that is the JK Cement Gypsomax or gypsum plaster, or some people call it POP also, plaster of Paris also. We brand it JK Cement Gypsomax. Now, what are the particular? JK Cement Gypsomax is a white powder based material. It has a coverage of 18 to 20 square feet per 25 kg of bag for a thickness of 12 to 13 mm approximately. It has a pot life of about 15 minutes. The whiteness is normal as per the standards. Heat resistance is very high, so it has to be left after some time application. It is to be left as it is. Now, technical specifications. Particular JK Cement Gypsomax has a dry bulk density of about 720 kg per metric cube. Initial setting time of about 20 minutes. The consistency is 2:1. Residue on 90 micron size is about 3%. Expansion on setting after 24 hours is not visible at all. So this is the basic, the consistency part is 2:1. 2 parts of the powder and 1 part of the water is to be added. Powder water ratio is the consistency. Say for example, if you are taking 1 kg, then you have to add 500 grams of water to the Gypsomax. We look at the next product, JK Cement Tilemax. They are the premium tile adhesives and the grouts. As you can see in the left, 111, 444 and 222, these 3 are the variants of the tile adhesives. And the tile grouts, we have 2 variants, the cementitious grout and the epoxy grout. Now first look at the tile adhesives. Now type 2 white adhesive, 444, premium universal white adhesive. Now it is an adhesive which is applied on the back of the tile for the application of tile on any surface. Type 2 gray adhesive, premium multi-purpose adhesive. 111 is the wall and floor tile adhesive. This is the third category. And after that, we have the cementitious grouts, which are the premium cementitious grout, and the premium epoxy grout that we have in our kitting. Now, the difference between the traditional application with cement and the Tilemax application or the tile adhesive application. When you apply tile on the floor, on the wall, what is the difference between a traditional application by using a cement or the Tilemax application? The traditional application, not economical because it has a thickness of 25 to 50 mm. Tilemax application has a thickness of about 3 to 6 mm. Inconsistent quality in the traditional application is seen and less durable, while in Tilemax application, consistent quality product and more durable. It gives a better life than the traditional application. Now the time consuming, the traditional application is very time consuming because a bigger, thicker layer is to be applied. Tilemax saves time and no need of curing after the application of the tile. More labor is required in the traditional application, while lesser labor is required in the Tilemax application because thickness is very less and the speed of construction is improved. No variants available for traditional application. आपको ग्रेनाइट भी लगाना है तो वही सीमेंट मिलेगा, आपको विट्रीफाइड टाइल भी लगाना है तो वही सीमेंट लगाना है, आपको डेडो वर्टिकल वॉल पे भी लगाना है तो वही सीमेंट लगाना है, घर के बाहर की दीवारों के लिए भी वही सीमेंट है, घर के अंदर के लिए भी वही सीमेंट है. नो वेरिएंट्स अवेलेबल इन द ट्रेडिशनल एप्लीकेशन. सो यू डू नॉट नो ये चलेगा कि नहीं चलेगा. कुछ दिन बाद जब टाइल गिर जाती है तब पता चलता है अरे यार ठीक से बॉन्ड नहीं आया था. Whereas in case of the Tilemax application, various variants for different functions are available. We'll see in the next slide. Now, 6th point is the tiles must be soaked for 24 hours for the traditional application. Otherwise, the cement may debond. तो cement छोड़ देगा टाइल को अगर water absorption नहीं रहे, soaking नहीं रहे तो. Tilemax application does not require soaking of the tiles. Point number 7, unsuitable for low absorption tiles. Like vitrified tiles, it is unsuitable because they don't absorb any water. Tilemax application is suitable for all tiles and even marble and granite and other stones also. 8th point, tile on tile application is not possible. आपकी पुरानी टाइल से पुरानी हो गई है, खराब हो गई है, आपको उस पर नई टाइल लगाना है. ट्रेडिशनल एप्लीकेशन से आप नहीं लगा पाएंगे बिकॉज वो बॉन्डिंग ही नहीं आती. Whereas in Tilemax application, tile on tile application is possible. Now the Tilemax terminologies with the tile adhesives. Open time 20 plus or minus 5 minutes. Adjustability 20 plus or minus 5 minutes. The tensile adhesion, the shear adhesion, the pot life is in between 90 to 120 minutes. The foot traffic has to be released after 20 minutes. Tilemax लगाने के बाद में आप 24 घंटे यानी अप्रोक्सीमेटली एक दिन के बाद उस पर ट्रैफिक खोल सकते हैं. Bed thickness of about 3 to maximum 6 mm, coverage of 50 to 55 square feet per bag per 3 mm thickness, using the 6 by 6 mm notch travel. Now we'll see all the three products. The first and the lowest category product is the 111 JK Cement Tilemax wall and floor tile adhesive. It is a gray cement adhesive. It can be used for the ceramic tiles and walls up to 6 feet of the height. In vitrified tiles, it can be used only on the floors, in the interior wall and floor both. In the exterior, only on the floor you can apply the 111. Now the superior version of 111 is the 222 JK Cement Tilemax Premium Multi-Purpose Adhesive. It is again a gray cement adhesive. Larger format of tiles, stones and granite can be applied. Tile on tile application is possible. Interior and exterior, both walls you can apply the tile adhesive here. And the superior product among all the three is the 444 JK Cement Tilemax Premium Universal White Adhesive. It is based on the white cement. The upper two products were gray cement based, and 444 is the white cement based tile adhesive. It is a white cement adhesive. Marble slabs, granite, large format vitrified tiles, glass mosaic and small natural stones can be applied. Tile on tile application is possible with the 444 also. So it is the superior product among all the three. Now cementitious grout, mixture of Portland cement, aggregates and organic additives to be mixed with water just before use. The material powder to water ratio is generally 3:1. Now the epoxy grout comes in 3-pack, that is the resin, the hardener and the filler. Resin is about 900 gram, hardener is about 350 gram and the filler is about 3750 gram. So total it's about 5 kg pack. So we step by step we add all these products and apply to the gaps. We'll see the application. Now grout shade card of various shades. Presently 6 shades are available with the JK Tilemax, and further we are improving the shade card also. Now, tile grouts, as you can see in the picture, the gaps between the tiles can be filled using the epoxy grout and the cementitious grout. In the left hand side you can see the finish of the epoxy grout filling the gaps between the tiles, and the right hand side you can see the filling of the gaps using the cementitious grouts. The application is very easy and self-explanatory. In the year 2021, that is the current year, we have introduced 2 more products into the kitty of the JK White Cement. First is the JK Cement Repair Max. It is a masonry compound for general repairs. Now, what is JK Cement Repair Max? JK Cement Repair Max is a ready-to-use white cement-based masonry compound which can fill cracks and gaps of interior and exterior surface. It is formulated with advanced bonding agent that ensure incomparable crack bridging ability up to 5 mm. As you can see in the picture, many cracks are visible in our homes. These cracks up to 5 mm can be easily filled using the JK Cement Repair Max. It's a complete repairing solution for your home. It has a sparkling whiteness. The crack and gap filling up to 5 mm can be done. Do it yourself. It's a DIY thing. You can purchase a 5 kg or 1 kg pouch from the market, add some water to it and apply it at your home. It's a DIY product. You can do it on your own at your house. It gives a paintable product. There are some patches in your house and you want to paint it. You can add a pigment to it and paint the surface. It will give a paintable product to it. Superior adhesion, it gives, because of the polymers added, it gives a superior adhesion, and easy in application because of the smoothness of application. Higher strength because it is a white cement based product. Application areas, as you can see in the picture, cracks and joint filling, bathroom application in the various bathroom areas or the cracks in the bathroom that we can see, or the joint areas in the bathroom, repair work in the kitchen, floor and wall and the joint filling also. You can use the Repair Max here. Now the application, open the cracks or gap and widen the cracks to form a V-shaped groove. This will provide a strong base for adhesion of Repair Max to the substrate. Clean the area thoroughly to free it from dust and loose particle. it is recommended to use a cutter for opening the cracks, as you can see in the picture. Step 1, mixing repair max with water in the ratio 1 kg to 30 to 35% water by weight. 1 kg, 300 to 350 gram of water can be added. Step 2, first coat repair max. Application can be done using the putty knife or the trowel. Step number 3, second coat application of the repair max using the putty knife or the trowel. Step 4 is the leveling. Step 5, the last time, is the primer and top coat application, if you want at all. After that, this very year, JK Cement also launched its premium product called the JKC Wood Amore, Italian wood finishes. It is a wide range of wood finishes, which will give a good life to your furniture, the wood also. So we have just launched it this year, JK Cement Wood Amore, crafted with love. With that, my presentation on the value-added products of JK White Cement and that various tile adhesives is complete. I would request the moderator and the students to ask as many questions as you can. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Smith, if you have received any questions from your classmates or your department of civil engineering, we can start with that.
Yeah, sir. Many students have
Okay.
some questions.
Sure.
Yeah. Sir, can you explain some questions are requested by students, like white cement can be used for leakage, and second one is what is difference between cement and white cement? So, sir, Mr. Pawan Sethi, sir, can you explain about the questions?
Yes, Pawan sir, are you there?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
So
Smith, you can
basically,
ask the. Okay,
yeah,
you heard the question, sir?
yeah, I heard Smith's
Okay.
question actually.
Okay. Sure.
So
Sure.
basically, gray cement and white cement are basically both are the brothers only. You can say एक ही परिवार के दो भाई है. एक भाई थोड़ा सा सावला है, एक भाई थोड़ा काला है, गोरा है. That's the only difference. The color imparted in white cement is due to the absence of the oxides of basically the iron oxide and the manganese oxide that are reduced during the manufacturing process, and due to this, the gray color is not imparted to the white cement. And basically, this white cement can be used equally in all the major, repairing works as you would use in the for the gray cement. But since it is very costly, because the manufacturing cost is very high for white cement because of the input cost, hence you cannot use it on a very regular basis against the gray cement. And hence, this is the only disadvantage of white cement, that it is costlier. It is about 4 to 5 times costlier to the gray cement. Otherwise, in all the applications, basic applications or repairing works, wherever you want, you can go for a white cement instead of gray cement. It will give a better finish to the surface. Smith, next question, please.
Yeah, sir. Sir, last question is is white cement is stronger than gray cement?
Yeah, compressive strength wise, it is stronger. But if we go for a concrete work, overall the mass concreting work or slab concreting work, the heat of hydration in white cement, due to its very high early strength, is slightly higher. And that is why we do not recommend to go for white cement for the construction activities, normal construction activities like the slab, column, beam, because it is costlier also. At the same time, because of the high 1-day strength and 20-day strength, the heat of hydration is very, very high in comparison to gray cement. So that is why we do not recommend to use white cement instead of gray cement for regular construction work like the mass concreting or slab work. But otherwise, for all the repair works, maintenance works, every small item work, you can do very easily with white cement because it will impart a good finish to the applied surface.
Okay, sir. Sir, thank you, sir. I hope all of students get their answers. And now I would like to request Mr. Ankit Pandya, Training and Placement Officer, to give thank note.
Yeah, thank you very much, Smith, for excellent coordination for this particular session which is organized. And yes, Pawan sir, it's our pleasure to have officials like you, those who are always ready to support and extend the helping hand for future engineers to understand the new topics like white cement or what we did on the session today. So thank you very much, Pawan sir, Mihir sir, and the whole team of JK Cement for all the support which you people have extended towards, understanding and catering the needs of today's time. So thank you very much to all of you. I hope that students would definitely have enjoyed this session. And in future also, we would be planning this type of sessions for the students from the help of people like Pawan sir and Mihir sir, so that we can have a more industry academia partnership kind of thing, by which definitely it would help students and the industries both as a whole, definitely universities also, to be on the same path and not saying every time that okay, industry is different and academics is different. So thank you very much once again. I, Ankit Pandya from Parul University family, would like to thank all the team members of JK Cement for extending the support towards understanding this type of new topics which are coming in the market. Thank you very much.
Pleasure was absolutely mine, Ankit, and I would request Ankit, you also and Smith also, that if any student, any of your colleagues would require this presentation, kindly mail me on my mail ID pawan.sethi@jkcement.com or call me on my number 98600959924. I would be more than happy to share this presentation with all your students.
100%, 100%. Thank you very much, Pawan sir. Thank you, Mihir sir, for all
Thank
the
you
time that you have spent. Yeah, thanks a lot. We'll definitely be in touch for the same. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Yeah, please
Thank you
take
so
care.
much.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.